Welcome back. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, like this video, because you're about to really like it, for real. I was going to make this video the other day, and I'm glad that I kept my powder dry, because Texas just continues to surprise me in the nicest ways. And I did ask the people in the House today if they would be interested in moving. So just check this out. This is from the other day from the Texas Tribune. This is: with a Democrat back in the White House, Texas Republicans prepare to go on the offense. Probably something that we've needed to see for a long time. I think the Q things and other things got people complacent in the Trump party. And maybe that will change in the future. I'm hoping it will. So this says they're going on the offense, and how will be yet to be seen, as you read this the other day. But today that has changed. But this says, for the past 4 years, Texas Republicans have had an ally in the White House. Now they're readying for the familiar role of a conservative counterweight. And Texas has always been a strong counterweight on the conservative side to the, you can call it radical agenda of the left. I would say it's communists at this point. I don't want to dignify them by saying they are the American left, because traditionally the American left is progressives and liberals. They're not that. So we really shouldn't call them the left anymore. Or we should just call them the hard left, the alt left, the far left. I like communists, and so I'm just going to go with that. So this says you can sign up for their newsletter. Democrats, communists, are headed back into the White House, and Texas Republicans are gearing up to go back on the offense. For 8 years under President Obama, Texas was a conservative counterweight to a progressive administration? Not really. I mean, the last 4 years of the Obama administration was entirely regressive, to the point of starting race riots and instigating other issues with countries that we certainly didn't need. Iran. So, with Republican leaders campaigning against liberal policies on immigration, the environment, and healthcare, and lobbying lawsuits after federal lawsuits challenging scores of Democratic initiatives. When Republicans could not block policies in Congress, they sometimes could in court. Interesting. So remember, President Donald Trump had something like 350 federal judges appointed and approved in his time. I think that may be the most of any president, and the media won't tell you that for obvious reasons, but for that reason, right there. Because if you can't block a policy in Congress, you can have a judge say, nope, not allowed, that's unconstitutional. And you know these commies, I mean, that's all the laws they're going to pass are unconstitutional laws. Their laws are really just shanks into the back of the Constitution, into the flag, into everything else that we stand for as a country. They say now, as Joe Biden enters the White House, promising a slew of executive orders and proposed legislation. Yeah, they had a stack about yay high sitting on his desk if you didn't see it. 10 executive orders that he couldn't possibly tell you what they meant if you asked him. Well, I take that back. Take the earpiece out. He couldn't possibly tell you what they meant. He probably couldn't read them. Not because he's stupid, but because I think at a certain point with the Alzheimer's and just, the dementia, I think they mix and become dyslexia, and he would just be seeing all kinds of gibberish. I swear the guy can't walk straight. I don't think he sees well. But anyways, I wish him the best. He's our president. Illegitimately, but maybe not. I want to move this around a little bit so you can see it better. Okay, there you go. Texas AG says, when the @JoeBiden admin breaks the law, I take action. I have told @DHS.gov to immediately rescind its illegal, unconscionable deportation freeze, or Texas will sue. As AG, I will always put Americans, Texans, first, not dangerous aliens who must be deported. And then he has his letter. So from Ken Paxton, he's the AG in Texas. He says, Dear Mr. So-and-so, yesterday you ordered a blanket halt on the blah, 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 blah. So yesterday, one of those 10 executive orders was a halt on deportations. Remember, I made the video about how this was a revocation of the block on terrorists entering the country. If you didn't know this, yesterday Joe Biden signed an executive order saying, we are going to revoke and rescind any issues or obstacles, qualifying measures, vetting principles and processes that we have for stopping terrorists from entering the country. Yes, you heard that right. Yesterday, Joe Biden just reversed Trump's order on stopping terrorists from entering the country. So, if someone in Sudan is a suspected terrorist, and people in Sudan, their government, says, this guy's a terrorist, he can come in. Whereas under Trump, he was not allowed. Now, you'd think this would be a logical, obvious, duh thing. But to Joe Biden, it is a little trickier. He rescinded that, and he's also said, instead of deporting illegal immigrants that are caught in the United States, whether it's from a visa that's been overstayed or because they entered the country illegally and never were supposed to be here in the first place, they're not going to be deported anymore. As of yesterday, a freeze on deportation. So now this makes more sense. The AG of Texas has said either immediately rescind the illegal unconscionable deportation freeze or Texas is going to sue. As the AG, he's putting Americans first, he's putting Texans first, and he says the dangerous aliens must be deported. Well, number one, that's the law. So why would you have an executive order that supersedes the law and says, no, we're going to protect these people, even though legally they are criminals, because, hey, we want to. I'm Joe Biden. Give me a break. Share this video with someone that didn't know. And then subscribe if you weren't already. The YouTubes tells me there's something like 68% of people that watch the videos but aren't subscribed, which is kind of crazy because we're growing in subscribership like pretty great. It's awesome. So keep that up. Subscribe to the video, to the channel rather, but share this video, like the video, comment below, and don't forget we are on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube, and Odyssey is working its fastest to try to sync this channel over. Apparently there's a lot of content there to go through. So do all that and more to keep America afloat.